Sundar Pichai, the man at the helm of Google and its parent company, Alphabet, sees a bright future with artificial intelligence, not a dark one. He believes that AI is not here to snatch our jobs, but to act as a powerful co-worker, a sort of super assistant for everyone. In his view, this technology will be an accelerator, helping to speed up our work and boost our productivity in ways we are only just beginning to imagine. Think of it less as a replacement and more as a partner that takes care of the boring, repetitive tasks, freeing up our minds to focus on the more creative, strategic, and ultimately more human parts of our jobs. This is the core of his message. AI is a tool to empower us. Pichai's optimism is not just wishful thinking, it is rooted in his company's deep involvement with this very technology. He often speaks about how AI can unlock new waves of innovation, leading to the development of entirely new products and services that we can't even conceive of today. When new products are created, new industries are born, and with them, a demand for new kinds of jobs. He argues that instead of just cutting down the existing workforce, AI will actually create a need for more people, especially those who can work alongside these intelligent systems. This creates a cycle of growth where technology and human ingenuity feed off each other to build a more prosperous future for everyone involved in the ecosystem. The vision is for AI to become as commonplace and essential as the smartphone in our pocket or the internet itself. Pichai imagines a world where AI helps doctors diagnose diseases earlier, scientists solve complex problems like climate change, and artists create entirely new forms of expression. For the average office worker, this might mean an AI that can draft emails, summarize long reports, or organize complex project timelines in seconds. The goal is to make every worker more effective, more capable, and less bogged down by the mundane. By handing over the grunt work to machines, we humans can elevate our own roles, focusing on collaboration, critical thinking, and innovation. This perspective frames AI as a great democratizer of ability. It could give small businesses the analytical power that was once reserved for giant corporations, or help a student learn a difficult subject with a personalized AI tutor. For Pichai, the narrative is not about humans versus machines. It is about humans with machines, working together to achieve more than either could alone. This positive outlook is a cornerstone of Google's strategy, guiding how it develops and integrates AI into its products, with the firm belief that technology's ultimate purpose is to serve and uplift humanity, not to render it obsolete in the grand scheme of things. Despite Sundar Pichai's hopeful vision, not everyone in the tech world shares his unreserved optimism. A very real and widespread fear is growing that AI will lead to massive job losses, creating a future with widespread unemployment. This anxiety is not just among the general public. It is echoed by other influential leaders in the technology industry. For instance, Dario Amodei, the CEO of the AI company Anthropic, has warned that advanced AI could potentially wipe out as many as half of all entry-level, white-collar jobs by the end of this decade. This paints a starkly different picture, one where millions of people, from paralegals to data analysts, could find their careers suddenly at risk. These concerns are backed by recent studies and public sentiment, which show a growing apprehension about the rise of generative AI. A 2024 report from PIMS Intelligence revealed that more than half of all workers in the United States are worried that technologies like ChatGPT and Google's own Gemini could lead to widespread job cuts. People are seeing AI perform tasks that were once thought to require human intelligence, writing articles, creating images, and even generating computer code. And they are understandably worried about their own job security. The debate is no longer a fringe topic. It has become a central and urgent conversation about the future of work itself in our society. Pichai acknowledges that these fears are valid and that the conversation is an important one for society to have. However, he also gently pushes back by pointing to history. He reminds us that with every major technological revolution, from the steam engine to the internet, there have been dire predictions of mass unemployment. Yet time and again, these predictions have proven to be largely overstated. While some jobs were indeed lost, new technology has always created more jobs than it destroyed. though often in different sectors and requiring different skills. He suggests that the AI revolution will be no different, reinventing jobs rather than eliminating them on a mass scale. The reality of recent layoffs at major tech companies, including Google's parent company Alphabet, adds another layer of complexity to the discussion. Alphabet did reduce its workforce in 2023 and 2024, letting go of thousands of employees. While Pichai explains these as strategic shifts to focus on growth areas like AI, to the public, it can look like the beginning of the very trend people fear. This makes his message of optimism a harder sell. He has to balance the reality of corporate restructuring with his long-term vision that AI will ultimately be a net creator of jobs, a stance that requires a significant leap of faith from a nervous public. To prove his point that AI is a collaborator, not a competitor, Sundar Pichai often points to what is happening right inside his own company. At Google, AI is not just a product they sell, it is a fundamental tool they use every single day to build their own software. A fascinating example of this is in the world of coding. As of 2025, an astonishing 30% of all new computer code written at Google is generated or suggested by AI systems. This has dramatically changed the workflow for their software engineers, allowing them to build and test new features faster than ever before. This is a real-world, at-scale demonstration of AI boosting productivity. However, the key part of this story is that the human engineer has not been removed from the equation. In fact, their role has become even more critical. While an AI can generate code quickly, it doesn't have the judgment, the context, or the deep understanding to know if that code is secure, efficient, and truly meets the needs of the user. That is where the human expert comes in. Google's engineers are now spending less time on the tedious task of typing out routine code and more time on higher-level work, reviewing the AI's suggestions, refining the logic, ensuring quality, and architecting the overall system. It's a perfect example of a human-AI partnership. This hybrid model demonstrates Pichai's vision in action. The AI handles the repetitive, formulaic parts of the job, acting as a tireless assistant that can generate thousands of lines of code in an instant. The human, in turn, provides the oversight, the creativity, and the critical thinking that machines currently lack. This synergy not only makes the development process more efficient, but also allows engineers to focus on more interesting and challenging problems, which can lead to greater job satisfaction and more innovative products. It is not about replacing the coder, but about giving the coder a powerful new tool to enhance their own abilities. This approach extends beyond just coding. Across Google, AI is being integrated into various workflows to help employees manage data, analyze trends, and streamline operations. The principle remains the same: use technology to augment human capabilities, not to make them redundant. By showcasing how Google itself is using AI to empower its workforce, Pichai builds a compelling case that this model can be replicated across other industries. He is essentially telling the world, look, we are already living in this future, and it is not one of job loss, but of job evolution and enhancement. Sundar Pichai's vision for Alphabet extends far beyond just improving office productivity with AI. He is steering the company towards solving some of the world's biggest challenges through ambitious, long-term innovation. One of the most visible examples is Waymo, Alphabet's autonomous vehicle division. Waymo is pushing the boundaries of self-driving technology with the ultimate goal of making our roads safer and transportation more accessible for everyone. This is a project that requires immense advancements in AI, sensor technology, and computing power, representing a bet on a future where AI physically interacts with our world in a safe and helpful way. It's a tangible glimpse of AI moving from our screens into our streets. Another frontier Pichai is keenly focused on is quantum computing. This is a field that sounds like science fiction, but Google is at the forefront of trying to make it a reality. Quantum computers, if they can be built at scale, would be able to solve certain types of problems that are impossible for even the most powerful supercomputers today. This could lead to breakthroughs in medicine, with the creation of new drugs, the development of new materials, and a deeper understanding of the universe. When asked about the ultimate goal of artificial general intelligence, an AI with human-like cognitive abilities, Pichai remains cautiously optimistic, acknowledging the rapid progress but also the immense scientific hurdles that still lie ahead. Closer to home, Pichai also highlights the incredible growth of platforms like YouTube, especially in developing markets like India. The platform has become a massive economic engine, with India now boasting over 100 million active channels. This ecosystem has created a new class of entrepreneurs and creators, demonstrating how digital platforms can foster new types of work and opportunity. For Pichai, this is another example of how technology, when made accessible, can empower individuals and create vibrant new economies. It reinforces his belief that technological progress and job creation can and should go hand in hand. In conclusion, Sundar Pichai presents a compelling and hopeful vision for our AI-infused future. He doesn't dismiss the fears about job losses, but reframes the conversation around job evolution. In his view, AI will be the most profound tool humanity has ever developed, an assistant that will augment our skills, automate tedious work, and free us up to be more creative and strategic. The future of work will not be about competing with machines, but about collaborating with them. While challenges and disruptions are inevitable, Pichai's outlook is one of steady optimism, believing that human ingenuity, when paired with artificial intelligence, will ultimately lead to a more prosperous and innovative world for all.